Hello, friends. We are going to get started soon. There is some feedback on my mic, so I'm just going to mute myself until then. Has anyone here used Canva? I got to know because I'm an avid Canva user. I use it for literally everything. A lock screen, I use it for my wedding. I've used it for my friends' businesses. I use it for like literally everything. And Garth said, yep, Garth's a user, but barely. Don't worry, Garth. We're going to teach you how to like master Canva today. Elena loves Canva. Woo! Elena's back joining us from our previous session. We just had to stop, get some coffee, and we are right back to it. Awesome. Yeah, Canva is such a great resource that came into my life probably about 2 years ago. And then I think I've been in it like almost every day since then. It's just so incredible. It's an Australian based company that has just made graphic design so incredibly easy and doable for us normal human beings who are not graphic designers, right? Jason and I did come from a graphic design background, but even our agents in our free Facebook group, Canva for Real Estate Agents, they have a great time using it because it's just so incredibly user friendly. And the great thing about Canva is they're always like innovating. They're never just like, okay, like one and done. Like they're always coming out with new features. And I love Canva so much. I'm actually a certified Canva creative. I had to go through a process to be approved. It's just like a little badge of honor, but it's just how much I love Canva. And I tell people, I'm like, if you cut me, I will bleed teal. Okay. Like I just love Canva so much. Weird thing to say. If you don't know me, I'm a little weird, and that's okay. So we are gonna kick this thing off in about 5 more minutes. Tell me, what are some of your biggest struggles with Canva, and what has kind of like stopped you from getting into the platform a little bit more? Or maybe on the flip side, if you have something you love about Canva, like drop it in the chat so I can know. Yeah, absolutely. And the one I'm really excited today because we're going to show you how to like basically create a feed, Instagram or Facebook post in like 30 seconds or less. It's insane how fast you can make marketing materials with templates that have already been created. It just blows my mind. It's so wonderful. Awesome. So how are we enjoying mega marketing? Are we having a great time? There's so many great teachers. I'm so honored to be here. As you can tell, I love talking. I love teaching. I love people. Chase is the introvert to my extrovert. And we just have a great time hopping on and training. So awesome. I think we're going to go ahead and get started because I want to keep some space open to those who showed up early, as well as some space for some questions. Okay. And so what we're going to start diving into is we're going to talk about what Canva is. And what is Canva? It's basically like an online graphic design platform, but it's like Photoshop. I don't say for dummies, like because we're not dummies, right? It's like Photoshop for non-graphic designers, and even graphic designers love Canva because it's just the interface is just so brilliant. Like it's so convenient. So when you log into canva.com, and if you need a 45-day free trial, I got you. Just let me know. We'll get that for you in the chat, so you can try it out. There's a free version. There's a pro version. Again, I will bleed pro. Like I just love pro. It's like $12.95 a month. So like normal marketing things for real estate can be really expensive, and Canva is so affordable. Even if you did a yearly option, it's like 100 and some change. Like it's totally doable, and the ROI you will get on it is just incredible. So awesome. This is the interface, right? And you are going to see some pro features today. So I will do my best to highlight what are free, what are pro. I'm in pro so much that sometimes I like totally take for granted all the awesome features. So I'm going to be intentional of that today. So this is the dashboard when you get when you go to canva.com. As you can see, there's a lot going on. They even got some animations going. Like how crazy is that? So on your top bar, you're going to see templates, features, and learn. If you guys ever want to take tutorials, they have them included in the platform. How incredible is that? Like, Awesome. Okay. And so also you can see on your left-hand side, you can see all your designs. So any design you've created will live here under all your designs. You can have a brand kit. So this is a pro feature. As a free user, you can have one free color palette, but as a pro, you can have as many as you want. Custom fonts uploaded, those are pro. To upload your own logo, you got to be pro. They also have a built-in content planner that only works for Facebook at this current moment, but my friends, Instagram is most likely coming. And again, this is a pro feature, so you may already be seeing why pro might be a good idea. And you can do folders to decorate things or to organize things, and then you got your trash. So you can always check out recommended for you. It's gonna, based on the templates you use or your behaviors you exhibit on the platform, they're going to give you recommendations or maybe a trending template. So let's head into creating a new design. So Chase, do you think we should just create a feed graphic today just for their news?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
I think so.
Go up here to create a design, and you can start with an image. You can do a custom size, but guess what? You guys don't have to start from scratch ever. Oh, sorry, my keyboard. There we go. You don't have to start from scratch ever with Canva, and that is why it's so incredible, because it's just like one and done. So I'm just gonna head over. I typed in face for Facebook, right? I'm gonna do Facebook posts, and it's gonna give you that auto sizing for the best optimization on that platform. I always recommend the first thing you should do is name the design, so that way when you download it, like, you want to get this random untitled design, you're like, oh my god, like if you're working on multiple designs, it gets a little confusing. So we're going to do Facebook post training, right? So I know exactly what it is, and all I did was just click in here and just type away, right? At this point, Canva is part of my brain, and so if I may catch myself like, okay, I'll show you exactly how to do that, so just bear with me. So this is the actual design interface, and this is what happens when you start getting into a design. You can start from scratch, or again, I recommend never starting from scratch because it'll save you so much time. So let's just say, what kind of graphic should we do? Let's see. Let's just do like a little happy birthday one. How's that?
Yeah,
okay,
that works.
Cool. But before we do that, I'm going to show you some of our best tips and tricks and everything else you're going to need in order to make that template just incredible. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see templates. And what you can do is you can actually search here. So if I can literally type in birthday, and birthday post will come up. And I don't even have to do anything other than just click it, and boom, it's already there for me. And I would just click in and edit it. How incredible is that, right? And so you can search. It's so easy. Ones that I'm loving right now are message. So they're like trendy, cool, like cute little graphics. They have animated, they have static images. Ooh, breakfast, that sounds great. Are you a breakfast for dinner kind of person, Chase, or no?
I am actually, but we never really get to do it too often. Derek always wants something else.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Okay, anyways, so this is where you can upload your own images. It's basically like any other upload media. You just upload it from your device. And, you know, if I'm going to upload a headshot, I can do that here. And boom, it's loading. So it's super easy to upload things. They also have a bunch of free images you can use. Keep in mind, I do have Pro, so let me do some of the free images so you can see. When you hover over the images, you're going to see like a little crown, royalty, I suppose. We're all royalty. And those are the pro users only. There are free ones. As you can see, there's free. If you are a free user and you accidentally use a pro image, it's going to try to make you pay for it when you download. And it's like $1 for a one-time use, which is like a little bit much. It's just cheaper to do the pro. Like, it's just cheaper to do. But you can search. So if I want to search for cute dogs, I could just literally type in dogs and like, look at all these cute pupperinos available for you to use. You don't have to worry about copyright. These are all copyright free images. So they are safe to use. And you can always filter them too. I think free may not be able to filter them as much, but you can even filter them by like what color dogs or what color. How cool is that? Like, it's just so So good. I love it. And then elements, you guys, is probably one of my favorite features of Canva,
Mhm.
because you ever see someone with a really cool graphic that's like, whoa, how did they get those icons? Probably Canva. Honestly, like so many people use Canva, and so you can look in elements and you can start like, look, I'm gonna look up real estate. And boom, you have all the, oops, got a little excited there. All the real estate graphics that you can use. Again, pay attention for your pro. Free users are not going to have as many cool graphics, right? But your pro, you still have, you still have some graphics that you can use. And some graphics, I'm going to delete that by just hitting delete. You can even change the picture or the colors of. So if I wanted to change this house to the colors of my brand, I would just click on it, or you can drag and drop as well. I just prefer to click it. And so you notice that as I hover over this image, there's a blue box. That blue box means, hey, you're working on this element or on this piece of the design. So I'm going to click it, right? I'm selecting it. And you can notice there's some different things going on in this sidebar right here. This is saying, hey, these are all the colors that are included in this design. Would you like to change them? And I'm like, heck yeah, I would, because I want to be on brand, right? So if you have your palette installed, you'll have access to it right here. And so I can change the colors really easily without like having to get like a tool and like be super accurate. So you can see how easy it is to change the colors of design so that they become more on brand, right? If your brand colors are Cabernet and silver, like Berkshire Hathaway, it's really easy to just change everything so it matches your brand color. You can also crop images and make it less, right? You just want the roof, you got the roof, okay? And if you want to flip it, you can flip it horizontally, you can flip it vertically. The world is your oyster. You can also position it. So how do you want this positioned within the design? Do you want it on the top? Do you want it on the middle? Do you want it on the bottom? Do you want it right? Do you want it left? Do you want it center and middle? You got it. Another way to position things is to, again, remember, select that blue box. And as you move things around, you'll notice that there's some lines that appear. Those solid pink lines indicate that I am dead center in my design. So that if I were to release the mouse, it would place it dead center in the design. If I were to move it somewhere else, like it's saying that solid pink line is the vertical, the two halves. And same with this pink line. And then there's also like the margin. So if I keep going towards the end, that's kind of where you want your design to hang out most of all. So most platforms will show that space. It may cut out any design outside of there. So you want the most important elements of your design within that pink box. So at the top, you can notice that there's add notes. If you want to add notes, if you're working with multiple people, you can move the design around up and down. You can duplicate the page. I use duplicate a lot. If I'm about to go try something new on my design, I'll duplicate it, and that way I can edit this one. And if I ended up not liking it, I can just scrap it and go back to the original design. And then there's add a new page, which just adds a nice new blank page for you. And then of course, delete page. So easy peasy. It's pretty user friendly. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this guy again, because there are some important elements that you do need to see. I never use copy style. I don't know what it is. It's not really an important feature that I use. You may use it. I don't use it. Transparency. If you ever want to create like an overlay or like a filter kind of, you can click on this, and you want it to be a little bit lighter, you can change the transparency. You can also type in it, hit enter, and it will move to that. You can hyperlink, but the hyperlink only works in PDF. So if you download this as a video or PNG or JPEG or SVG file, it's not going to work. It only creates a link in the PDF file. And then if you're working on something and you keep clicking it, and you're like, oh, I don't want this to move anywhere, you can hit the lock button, and then you can't move that design any further. But the lock button gets kind of annoying because you're constantly working with your design, so you don't necessarily use it too much. It kind of makes things difficult to move around. And then you can duplicate that same exact item you have selected. So if I wanted, I wanted 3 roofs, watch out. I could absolutely just duplicate it. And you'll notice the lines are changing now, right? You're seeing some like spotted lines. They're not solid lines. Those are basically in correlation to that item. So those spotted lines are saying, hey, this rooftop is aligned with this rooftop, right? So if I ever wanted to delete multiple things at once, what you could do is just take your mouse, drag, select all those items. You can hit the little trash can up here or hit the delete button, which is super easy peasy. You ever make a mistake, just hit Control Z, Command Z, undo, or you can use these buttons right here. I'm all about keyboard shortcuts. And speaking of keyboard shortcuts, we're going to talk about text. So they, of course, you want to be able to communicate with text, right? And instead of trying to like go to text and like, oh, let me like try to add this, and then it's like grouped together, meaning that they're like stuck together like glue. It's kind of a pain in the butt to edit. Instead of worrying about that, I like never use the text box. All I do is click in the design. This is going to change your life. You hit T for text, okay? The best shortcut ever. So it shows that I have this selected. So I'm just going to grab this guy, move it up a little bit so you can kind of see how I'm aligning it, right? Or I could go to position, center, middle, so it's in the middle of the document. But I don't necessarily want it in the middle of the document because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. And so like a normal text box, you can change the name of the font or the type of the font here. And you'll notice that there's recently used fonts, there's brand fonts, uploaded fonts, which is a pro feature. And then like the popular fonts, but again, pay attention. The little crowns represent, hey, this is a pro feature only. So if you're a free user, you're going to want to use ones that do not have the crown. Otherwise, they're going to try to make you pay for it, and it's not going to be, it's going to be annoying. So you can change the size of it here. You can also change the size of your text here. You can change the color of it. And you can also make it bold, italicized, right? Normal font editing stuff. You can add bullet points, numbers. Another thing too, I'm going to go ahead and select all of this. I'm going to hit Command C, right? Copy, paste, nothing new here. And I'm going to put it right in the middle. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the spacing. So the spacing is like how far do you want your letters apart, or how high do you want your line height to be. So those are some awesome tools to change up how your font looks, to kind of just break it up a little bit. And then something that's newer is the effects aspect of the font. So you can head over to effects. There's shadow. So there's, you can do drop shadows. You weren't able to do that before. Lift, hollow, splice, right? See how fun these are? And you guys, curved text. Oh my gosh, some of us have been waiting years for this, and it's finally here. Keep in mind that curved text is a new feature. Anytime a new feature rolls out, there may be some learning curves, okay? So I have a curved text, and then you can see how I can change the circumference of it to be top or bottom like that. You can drag it, and you can also type it and hit enter. And so the three dots, you can, again, this is more of a stylistic choice. If you want everything to be capitalized, you don't have to delete it and then hit caps lock and type it. You can just hit this button and it's automatically created into uppercase, all uppercase, and you can just hit it again to basically undo it. And so these are the same, you guys. Remember, top, middle, bottom, if you want to change how it's aligned to the page. But you'll notice that these options are now available. Those options are what allows you to work with multiple layers. So on a design, there's the base layer, and then each element or each photo or each text is going to add another layer. And so if you want to move things around, like if I want my text to be behind the houses instead of in front, what I'm going to do is I can hit backwards. And you'll notice right here, there's a keyboard shortcut for it as well. And I may have to hit it multiple times because, right, these are multiple elements. Or you can always hit to front, which is just going to move it all the way out. It's like a fast forward of that same action. And then if I ever want to rotate it, I can just rotate it here. Again, want to undo, just hit Control Z or the undo button here. You can add music to your designs. I don't really do it. It's kind of like, let's see. Again, it's a pro, like, that's not so bad, but like sometimes like the free music is just like horribly cliche, you know, but you're more than welcome to do that. It will only work if you download it as a movie file. It will not work if you download it as a PDF. You can change the volume of the music here. make it louder, make it quieter, or you just throw it away because you don't want music. That's totally fine too. You can also upload your own audio. So if you want to do a voiceover, you can do that. You can use videos. And videos are awesome because they're great at catching the eye. Okay. You can change the background, which I don't really use a lot because it's not very user friendly. I'd rather just pop a photo in there. It's a lot easier. You can access all your other designs. So if you want to pop in a page from a previous design, you can absolutely do that. And then you'll notice there's charts. So if you guys want to throw together some infographics, you can do that. And you can edit, like I want to change this to 30. And it will change that. And you can change the name to like test. And you'll notice it changes right there. So it's pretty awesome. Paste data from spreadsheet. You do a donut chart, pie chart. Look at all these charts, y'all. This is right. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this because we aren't doing any charts for this design in particular. So I think there is some aspects that I do want to jump into a little bit more, and that is the Elements tab, right? The Elements tab is honestly what Chase and I probably use the most besides like uploading our own photos, because it's so versatile. So if there are any questions, we will circle back. Chase will grab them too. But for the purpose, I am going to hop into grids as well. So there's icons, there's lines. So if you want to use a line in your design, and this is a newer feature too. You used to not be able to change these. You can change what the line looks like. You can change the other side of the line. So if you want a different two-ended line, you could do that. You can be dashed. And you can also change the thickness to make it super thin or super thick. And of course the color as well. But I don't need a line. I'm out of line. You can also use shapes. So I'll add shapes to our designs to just kind of spice things up a little bit. And if I wanted to, again, change this so it's behind the little speech bubble, I go to position, move backwards, and now it's behind that bubble. Also, if you want to skip the, like looking for shapes, you can hit C for circle, or you can hit R for rectangle. We use rectangles a lot in our business, in our design, and so we use them a lot. So C for circle, R for rectangle, T for text, L for line. Those are all on my favorites. Am I missing any, Chase, that are your favorites?
I don't think so, actually. I think you pretty much covered them all.
And I wish G worked for grids, but it doesn't. I love grids.
Yeah.
Grids are like basically, instead of you worrying about trying to take a photo and make it fit perfectly, let me get rid of the grid real quick. Because like you're like, oh, okay, let me like resize this and oh, I got to make it this way. Now it may not be proportionate, right? My trainings always have puppies in them. I don't know how this gets done. What you can do instead is you can go to Elements, Grids, and instead I'm actually just going to position this behind. Actually, I'll just grab a puppy photo again. Instead of me trying to fight with that photo, I just drag it into the grid and it automatically snaps to it. And it just makes moving things around so much easier. And if you want to do what I did, which is basically, I didn't move the image over. Oh, well, that didn't help, did it? I didn't move the image over. I double clicked, and that lets me select what part of the image I want to show in the design. And then I just hit enter, or you can hit done right here.
Yes. And while we're on the topic of grids and backgrounds, Katie, Kimber asked the question, once something is a background image, is there a way to turn it back into a regular image without deleting it?
You know,
if it is the main background. I believe you can, right?
Let me just read real quick. Because that is a good question. Like, that's why I don't like using backgrounds, because like you're trying to like work with it, and backgrounds are just like so hard to work with. Is there a way to turn it, if once something is a background image, is there a way to turn it back into? No, I don't think so. That's why I don't use background images. But that's only through like backgrounds, only through this. If you just pop an image in as a background and make it a background, then yeah, absolutely. You can just change the size of it back into its regular shape. If that answers your question.
I thought you could drag and drop it into like a different area though. That's something that I just imagined at one point.
No,
it might have been.
Are we talking about backgrounds? Because backgrounds are a pain.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
You can't just use the photos. It has to be the background.
Gotcha.
Which is
gotcha.
I'm whatever. But yeah, that's how it works.
Gotcha. Joke.
Cool. Awesome. So that's why I don't use backgrounds. Grids are awesome. I highly recommend going to Elements, popping a grid in, and then just dragging and dropping whatever photo you want, because you can just completely manipulate it and it will make your life so much easier. So right down here, I just want to show you guys, this is the zoom in page. You can zoom way in, you can zoom way out. And you can also see all slides at once. So if you're doing like a slide deck presentation, that's a great tool for that. You can also go full screen. And then you have like trending images. I think those are like all trending orange. I don't need orange anymore. Perfect. And so they have beautiful images that you guys can use in your designs. And then let's see, I mean, that's kind of the basics, very, very basics of functionality. And I kind of want to show off you guys what this can do. So like, let's just start with a new design. And let's say, okay, I want to do hey guys, I just moved brokerages. I want to create a design for that. So what should I do? I'm going to go to templates, and you want to think about, well, what do I want in my design? I want a picture of myself, right? No shame. Your audience wants to see pictures of you. Maybe a headshot, right? Because you are changing professional brokerage. So a headshot makes sense. So you want some kind of design, some template that has like a headshot, some fun text, and maybe like room for a logo. So that's kind of what you look for here. And so you could do like this, floral. You're like, does that make sense? Does that not make sense? Let's see. I'm going to search for announcement and see what comes up. This is kind of fun. So if you're announcing an event, you could do that. Let's see. You could absolutely, like, this is a baby. Like, don't worry about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete this because I think it's a grid. Nope, it's not a grid. Okay. What you can do is you can just grab your photo that you uploaded, right? And just drag it to that image. And it'll pop. Nope, it won't pop in. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. No big deal if it doesn't. I'm just going to resize it right here, pop it in right where that was. And then you can just double click inside, say, I've got some exciting news, ... And it's on 2 lines. If I want to change it up, I'll just move it to make this a little bit wider so it's not on 2 lines. I joined EXP. I was going to do Berkshire Hathaway, but that's so long. I'm like, no. And then, you know, you can do your DRE, like DRE number, whatever, email, phone. If you want there to be flowers on it, you can. But let's say you wanted to change to your brand colors. You just change this, right? Let's say my brand colors are this red. And then what you're noticing, if you guys look down here, it says change all pink to that red. So I'm going to click that, and that is going to change all the to that color. It's not going to change the font color. So you would have to do that again for the font. And I can click the background image and just change that to like my navy, right? And so suddenly it's on brand. Like, do you see how that took less than 30 seconds? If you don't want flowers, then don't pick a template with flowers. But I just wanted to pick one so you guys could see how easy it is. And you guys can have like so much fun with this, right? Let's say you want to download it. You would hit this little down arrow. PNG, JPEG, PDF, PDF print, MP4, GIF, or GIF, depending on how you say it, is not going to have any sound. And it kind of tells you right here what you can expect, right? PNG is always best because it's a high quality image. I don't think you can 3x it on free. The 3xing it basically creates a more pixeled image. It blows it up. So that way, when it gets shrunk down on social media, it's higher resolution. It looks better. And then you would just hit that download button. So let's show some cool features that are included in Pro. And part of that is folders, right? You can keep things a little bit more organized with folders. So I can say, okay, I want to go to our logos, right? Like, that's awesome. I want to go to Canva for real estate agents graphics. I want to go to, you know, the photos that Chase and I had done for our brand photography. You can pop them all in that way instead of like digging through your uploads all the time.
Mhm.
Nobody got time for that, you know? So
Mhm.
I'm going to grab this image and I'm going to go ahead and you can add effects to it. You can do background remover. You can add some like liquify. I never use these because they're a little too weird. Considering our business, it doesn't really make the most sense. But background remover is probably the coolest feature that that's my opinion, right? That pro
Mhm.
because it's just so nice. And Chase, what's a website they can do if they do not have Facebook or
I think it's backgroundremover.bg or something. I'm gonna grab that link and pop it in the chat for you.
So you see how like my background completely disappeared and I can make this bigger, right? And I can also crop it so it's not this big old box. And then you can restore parts of the image. You're like, actually, I want this little piece right here, right? And then hit done, right? So that was pretty cool. You can filter it. If you want to add a filter, you're like, oh, I'm looking a little pale. Let me just add a filter. Make sure to not over adjust though. You don't want to like look too crazy. Crop it, flip it again. It'll tell you the name of the file under info. Position, I can again move that center, middle, top, bottom, right. And I can just drag and drop. Again, if you want to duplicate, you can hit this duplicate button right here, or you can hit Control C, Control V. So it's that easy to create a design that you love on Canva. So
Yes.
I wanted to make, instead of like this being a static image, I want to make this an animated image. So I would select this box, hit animate. And again, there's free features versus pro. Again, look for the crown. Block is a free feature. Breathe. Look at how nice that is. Fade, drift, pop. Pop's one of my favorites because it's just kind of. So you see how cool you can create your own GIF and then you can just download it. Remember, MP4 video is if you have sound, you want to do GIF if there's no sound, and then just download it as a GIF and then upload it however you want.
Yeah.
So
now, how do we schedule these to social media from Canva, Katie?
Yeah, of course. So you can live publish it to Facebook if you hook up your Facebook account. Again, this is a pro feature, you guys. So if you are a free user, you will not have access to this. Just something to keep in mind. Oh, my computer's wheezing. Don't you guys love when you're like working on your computer and then it sounds like a jet ready to take off? You're like, oh my God, is my computer flying off the runway? So if you wanted to plan this content, you go to Content Planner, pick a day, any day, pop it in, hit the plus sign, create a new design or choose a design. So I could say, here, I just want to schedule this. Schedule to, right? Facebook group, scheduling to a Facebook group. How nice is that? Pinterest, Tumblr, LinkedIn. Let's just do Facebook page. And then you got to connect your Facebook, right? I'm not going to do that right now just for time's sake. And then add your caption, blah, 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 right there. And then you can schedule post or save as draft. And you can only do that, again, if you select a platform and connect that platform. So do you see how easy this is? It's awesome. I love it. So good. And then you can change, again, the time right here. Just click it, move it, flip it around 30. Sure. AM. No, not AM, because then people think you're weird. And then you could just schedule that post. So let's look at the templates. Like I just want to show you guys all the freaking templates because there's a lot and they're all awesome. And you guys definitely, there's presentations, there's logos, there's Instagram posts, Facebook posts, again, logos. Look at how pretty these are. Posters, flyers, presentations that you can just make about your, just take it. If you like how it looks, you can always tweak it and make real estateify it. Instagram stories, New Year goals, Facebook covers, animated social media posts, infographic, and check this out. If you search real estate, boom, you're going to have real estate templates that are already done for you. You don't have to come up with it out of scratch or from scratch. So it's just so easy. You got so much at your fingertips. It's an incredible, incredible platform that we just absolutely love. And so we want to open it up to questions. Thank you guys so much for asking questions. We appreciate it. I am running out of oxygen, so I am going to take a breath, drink some water. And Chase, go ahead and tell them about all the awesome things that await them.
Yes. So We are doing a free 3-day challenge starting Monday, the 25th. So this upcoming Monday, all about how to attract free leads with ease. 3-day challenge. You'll learn so much. On day 1, we're going to be covering how to create a brand that authentically attracts your ideal client. Day 2, we are going to cover how to create resonates with your audience. And on day 3, we are going to teach you how to automate your follow-up, set it and forget it style, because the less time we have to dedicate to doing the things, the more likely it is to get done. So the more we can automate and keep things a little bit hands off, but keep things personalized and custom, the more likely we are to actually follow through and get those leads turned into clients. So if you want to join that challenge, again, it's free. It starts on Monday. And the link for that is www.freeleadswithease.com. I'm going to drop that in the chat as well. So that way, if you don't want to type it, you can just copy and paste. And
Also, yeah. So Canva, you guys, is just one piece of your marketing machine. Okay, cool. You got graphics, but like, let's talk social media. Like, how are you going to get leads from it, right? We're not coming in Canva to just hang out in Canva as much as we like to. We need to make sure we're getting business. So that's why we're plugging this free 3-day challenge. It's going to be so much fun. You're going to love it. Less than 20 minutes a day of work to start generating leads on social media for free. It's awesome. And awesome. Can I say awesome one more time? Don't forget to ask questions. If you guys want to join our Canva group here, we're going to show you the Canva. Oh, I always type Canva, even though it's Facebook. It's silly. So let us show you around Canva for real estate agents, because this is our free group, you guys, that has free Canva templates and trainings all available to you. Make sure you answer your questions when you apply to join. That's how you get approved quickly. We always have about perfect. Okay, perfect. Chase beat me to the we just want to show you around a little bit. So you'll see announcements, of course, units, announcements, rooms, members. We have over 19,000 members. They all are incredible people who want to help you grow your business using Canva. We're all Canva nerds. They share logos. Hey, what do you think about this, right? Looking for inspiration, ask for a template, vent about something that Canva's doing that's annoying, right? Ask questions, get them answered, right? See, like when the listing agent doesn't have the key box. Is that funny to our audience? No, it's funny to other agents though. And like they shared these designs that they make, and they also share the templates so that you can just pop it in. It's just fantastic. And so make sure you join. When you join, definitely check out the units tab. We will tag you in a welcome video that has a welcome video. So please, for the love of God, watch it. It will save you so much time. It will help you have the best experience possible in the Facebook group, because there's all kinds of free Canva trainings just like this one. That is just awesome. And we have all kinds of free member templates for you to use immediately upon joining. You can just pop them in, use it as a template. I'll show you. When you click on it, let's say buyer transaction checklist. And my computer is getting ready to run off the runway again. All engines. Let's see. Keep on dancing.
Oh, close Camtasia. That's probably why your computer is wheezing.
You don't know me. Okay. Buyer transaction worksheet. Look at how awesome. Guess what? Oh, there's 112 comments. Sometimes the template is posted right at the top. Sometimes you got to dig for it. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to choose one that has a template link. So they created a postcard for our farm area. Guess what? Click this. Boom, use template. Boom, it's now your design for you to edit and make it your own. How awesome is that? So that's what our group has in store for you. So please join us. We would love to have you. Love to teach you everything there is to know about Canva. Feel free to ask some questions. I am going to leave it open to some questions. Again, register for our free social media 3-day challenge. Unlike anything you've ever taken before, guaranteed, we are so passionate about teaching agents how to generate free leads for themselves so they can stop paying companies that rhyme with Schmulo to take our money from us and resell our leads. Okay, we don't want that anymore. We want you guys to have access to your own leads and be empowered and have fun on social media and have fun on Canva. We're all about fun, easy, and profitable. So definitely, we would love to work with you further and engage with you further. This is a free challenge. So sign up. What are you waiting for? And we are going to open it up to questions, and I will be right back. There is someone at my door. You know how it is. So we'll take it away and moderate for just a few moments.
Yes. So if you guys don't have any questions, then you don't have to stick around because we don't have anything else to cover today. But please, if you do have questions, we want to make sure we get those answered for you. So go ahead and put them in the chat and we will take it away. And the questions can be about anything. It can be Canva related, they can be social media related, marketing related, they can be related to the challenge or the Facebook group. Whatever questions you have, we want to hear them. Awesome. Just checking up on the chat. Thank you, Garth. Thank you, Kimber.
Woo! We appreciate you guys so much for your time. Go have a great day. Go make some sales. Go feel good about yourself because you spent time learning and growing and being a badass and hanging out with us. We loved it. Loved it. So much fun. If you want to connect with us further, again, Free Leads with Ease is the best way to do that. Otherwise, you can click the link on our profile. Check us out. We're on Clubhouse. Having every week we come up with content ideas for real estate agents. So if you get into one, we'll get you to the others. Awesome.
We've got like a bunch of different places to hang out, but if you just come to one, we'll get you
where you need to go. So
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for your time, and we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.